Okay, this story, I saw this and I thought it was entertaining. So why don't we just start at the beginning, okay? So they have a trend on TikTok called the Man of the Year, and it's basically women kind of shitting on their exes for some of the horrible things that they did. So one guy does the Woman of the Year, okay, and the video kind of goes viral. So this is the text message that he shows. That's not fair. I was drunk and my mouth was already too full to tell them to chill out. So that is a crazy text message. Everyone's like, what happened? So he goes on to tell the story.
Y'all wanted a story time, so here it is. So I've been dating this girl, hot and heavy for a minute. It was like a year plus. So a lot of time started passing, and she started like going out without me. Before, she wouldn't go out at all without me. Well, all of a sudden she decided that, hey, like, I want to go out with my homegirls. Like, and she, I wasn't trying to be like a controlling boyfriend or anything. So I was like, all right, cool, like whatever. Just like let me know where you're going and what you're doing, and like there's no problem. And so as a good boyfriend, they would just sit home and play Rocket League all night. Cause I didn't really like going out too much. Then one night, it was my friend's birthday. So they were begging me to go out with them, bro. They're begging me. So I finally said yes. I was like, so I told her I was going out, right? And Shorty said, no, don't go out. I was like, bro, who do you think you are? So obviously that started an argument, such and such. We were mad at each other, so on and so forth. And then we both went out. So they decided to take me to this big ass party, right? And, I was bored as I had nothing to do. So I just went on my phone and I ended up looking at my girl's location, right? So I'm looking at my phone and it says that she's right where I am. I was like, what the fuck? Okay. So now I stand up and I'm at this party just looking around for her, trying to figure out where the fuck she's at. And as I'm walking around, I look to the stairs and I just see her walking upstairs in between two niggas. One of them's leading her, holding her hand, and the other one's behind her, holding her hand. And I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, oh nah, bro, there's no way that's my girl. Like, what the fuck? So, as a curious, I decided to, like, walk upstairs and, like, follow them up. Cause, like, I was clueless at the time. Like, I had no clue, bro. Like, I really didn't think anything of it when I really should have from the get. But I'm walking upstairs, and I see them go into a room and close the door. And that's when I ran into one of my homeboys, bro. And me and him just started chatting it up. And it's like one of those unskippable cutscenes that, like, you can't get out of. Like, bro, it's chatting. So maybe like 10, 15 minutes pass, and I finally get out this conversation with bro. And I start walking towards the room, and I open the door, bro, because it's my fucking girl. And as I open the door, bro, I see one hair shit from the back.
She getting Eiffel Towered, essentially.
I don't know what that is.
Picture the Eiffel Tower.
All right.
Paris, anyone?
She ball so hard, motherfucker would have gag you. First bitch gotta shag you.
That shit crazy.
Eiffel Tower? I don't even know what it means. It means she's provocative. No, she ain't. She make the people go and ball so hard. Sorry. It's not ball so hard, it's ball so deep.
These are having fun, bro. This guy here and a dude just barely. Now, to be fair, this guy, it happened to him years ago. So
I'm having a field trip. She's having a field day. All right.
now she just fielding niggas.
Yes. All right.
And I'm talking like some crazy words. Like these are going at it, bro.
How long was he standing in this doorway? Cause like, listen, I couldn't see myself walking in on my girl cheating and be like, let me observe. Okay, technique. Oh,
Yeah, but
I gotta go.
But
Either
no, but the picture, like he's describing the picture, so it takes a long time. But it takes 1 second to understand like this thing. You're just, if your girl hearing you know what I mean? You hear
there's
this.
nothing to hear if her mouth is full. No one does that, but
I would know. I never been to Paris.
Like, I have no clue what to say or think. Like, these are stuck in time. I just left, bro. I turned around, closed the door, and left. So I just told my homeboys that I was leaving, bro. I low-key told them they were gonna have to Uber home because I ended up driving because I don't really drink or nothing like that. So I'm driving home, right? It's like 30 minutes into my drive. Where I was at was far as fuck away. Shorty has the audacity to text me and say, "Hey, do you want to come over when I'm done here?"
But she didn't see you, so she don't know. You know what I mean? When I'm done here, goggle goggle. You want to come over?
I mean, you're assuming she didn't see him. She might have.
Maybe.
Some people just do denial.
Yeah.
They will do something foul to you and then try to walk past it like nothing happened. And sometimes that works.
Come on.
I've known people who've been cheated on, and when the person that cheated on them comes by, they act like nothing happened, and both of them act like nothing happened. Because sometimes denying reality is easier. I mean, think about him. He didn't do anything in the moment. He just left
Yeah, which is
because
the
he
right
couldn't
thing to do.
accept. Right?
Congratulations.
Yeah.
You did the right thing.
Yeah.
Staying there, beating the dude, whatever.
What if they beat you up and they naked? So you getting slapped up by niggas with their balls out. You out cold, your girl stretched out, and they got an opportunity to teabag you while you asleep.
Imagine.
That's Call of Duty.
Imagine they knock you out, and then they still finish the job.
Yeah.
And then you wake up.
Or what if, bro?
and
What
like-
if?
And then you're like, you wake up, and they're like, so who wants round 2?
Nah. That's crazy. What if they beating it up? They be like, you ready, bitch? And they about to bust. They pull out and they bust on him.
Oh my God. No, you're a step further.
But that's the humiliation thing.
Yeah, I ain't mad at it.
All right.
Diddy would
Now
have
I'm sitting
loved
here just
that.
questioning how many times.
Diddy's like, what the hell are you doing? Bah, 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 bah. Get knocked out. They finish on Cassie and they nut on him and like, oh, can you rub that shit on my nipples while you?
All right. In the room, I got two people. I got Diddy and Sneeko. That's the two people I got in there.
Imagine.
Then I pressed her about it. I called her. I told her exactly what happened. And that text message that y'all saw on the post, on my last post, that was what she had to say about that. She didn't say shit else to defend herself.
That's crazy. So you get confronted. She says, my mouth was too full to tell him to chill out. So she did see him.
Nah, because the thing that y'all are really failing to understand is that I walked into the room to witness my shorty just getting the works. This shit really had me with my fists clenched, standing in a doorway like this, bro.
God, this visual's crazy.
And the only reason why I turned and walked away is because I've had some shit like this happen before. Except with the last girl, I caught her car. You know, this time, I just had to let it slide and walk away. That's just because the last time, that fade was inescapable, my nigga. Because that time, it just felt too personal. You see, this time, I just realized she's just a slut.
Fair. I think it's one time that this is inappropriate. People come out and they're like, wait, so people see this video, goes viral, okay? Then people see it and they're like, well, wait, so you guys were at a party, folks were drinking, and then she had this threesome. Did you ever consider the fact that she was too drunk and she couldn't consent? People basically like, so basically you saw your girl getting SA'd and you did nothing. And this is the viral response that went viral. Is some girl goes, the most popular guy version of this trend features his girlfriend apologizing for what was clearly her getting essayed by multiple men while drunk. They're basically saying, clearly she couldn't consent in this because she was being forced. And if you look through his comments on his TikTok, it's crazy. So you realize she was essayed, right? 51,000. I was drunk, mouth too full to tell them to stop. Sounds consensual to you? So she was taken advantage of and filmed without her consent. You should have been calling the police. And then this guy kept hearing that shit, so I guess he got annoyed. He goes, she definitely knew what she was doing because she texted him after the fact. And she wrote, I'm sorry I hurt you the way I did. I just felt like our relationship wasn't going anywhere, especially with both of us going off to college. I just felt like it's fair that I want to go live my life.
Yeah, no, it's not essay. Okay, cool. Shut it down.
And some of the girls, actually, one of the girls who actually left a comment before replied again. She says, yeah, if you blame me for getting essayed, I'd say the relationship is over too. No, she thought it was over before. See, like, yeah.
No. Don't try to frame it.
She still got SA'd. So this guy got annoyed by this. So then he calls her.
Hello?
Hello?
So I kind of like posted a TikTok of like just a screenshot of some shit you said to me, like right before.
I saw.
First off, there's just a lot of people saying that like it was, and first off, I don't know if that was the case, and if that's what happened, I'm sorry for the way I reacted, and I could have reacted differently.
I mean, honestly, I shouldn't have done it, but I also put myself in that situation and I consented, so it's nothing that like
So
honestly I don't know why I did it.
why did you though? Because bro, like we're in a 3-year relationship, dude. Like
Part of the reason might be because, you call her bro and dude. But you told me that shit was weird.
Yeah. My girl, no.
Your girl's not your bro and your dude?
Boys being boys.
I'm saying that shit is gay as fuck, bro. Whenever someone tells me they have a significant other that's a female, I'm like, so that's your bro? They're like, yeah, gay.
You just call me brother. Does that mean that you're gonna fuck me? What?
Yeah, but when I say it, it's different.
Really?
Don't ever make that shit gay. This is camaraderie. This is bonding. This is us getting ready for war.
How did it just happen though? Like, how do you end up having a fucking threesome, bro?
I don't know. I was just there, you know. We started talking, and one thing led to another, and they asked the question, and I said, sure, why not? F it. And
Fuck it. And then I was f it. What do you want me to say? I mean, him asking these questions, we'll keep playing it, but honestly, it's just...
No, we're good. I think we're good. The what we needed to like.
Hold on. I want to hear more because it's turning me on.
we were in an argument at the time, and I don't know, I wasn't thinking.
I get it though. Sometimes when I find my girl, I'm like, I just need other now. You ever think that?
Better not piss me off.
Whoa.
I barely drank that night either, so
See, that's why I keep playing. That's why I keep playing. For my erection and for the facts.
Oh my god, dude, calm down.
yeah, I had a few drinks, but
I was lucid.
Thanks for rubbing it in my fucking face. Like, what?
my bad.
Shout out to her. That's actually funny. Hey, listen, I'll be honest. Yeah, when I cheated back then, I was consenting. I was super sober. Only had a few drinks. I don't know, man. What you want to say? She didn't hold back none of the details. She didn't try to soften the blow.
But yes, and we want accountability. She was there. So
she owned it.
So I am mad at it.
Because she could have easily been on that call. Yeah, I was essayed. You're a piece of shit, and he would have been able to say nothing. So I'm gonna give her credit for that at the very least.
Did this shit happen before? Like, bro, how many fucking times did you do this shit?
Be 100% transparent. It's never happened to me, so I don't know. I never caught somebody, never found out cheating happened, so it's not my experience. Personally, if my significant other that I really loved cheated on me, one, I'm packing, I'm leaving. Two, if we have a conversation, I'm not gonna ask how many times or whatever it is. I don't care.
He's young.
You confirmed what happened, what happened, that's it, and I'm out. But that's me. Asking how many times, all these details are gonna make it substantially worse.
But how many times did a superhero mess with your pum pum with a 10-hand sucker?
When you say that you cheated on me, was it over a duration longer than one session? No, but it's just like when I hear people ask all these details, I feel like they're trying to find ways in their own head to stay with the person.
No, it's really closure. I think it's closure. It's like you're trying to find something you know when someone wants to be pissed off and is not pissed, he hasn't been pissed off enough, so he keeps on going. Yeah, but hey, it's done. It's not gonna undo itself. No closure is gonna come from that. Nothing.
I agree. That's why I don't think it's about closure. Asking is it bigger than mine? It's not closure. Is that closure?
No, but they're trying to justify the why. The why. What's why? So what happened? Give me some more. You know what I mean? They turn into Busta Rhymes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but them asking these questions is not about closure. It's about the fact that they can't get over it. And it is not to cure that. This is just like, I'm hurt and I don't know what to do. Personally, the only people who I ever see ask all these additional questions are people who want to stay in the dynamic. That's it. Or people want to find their way back. What is closure from somebody else beyond the fact that like things weren't working? I wasn't happy in the dynamic. You weren't doing what I needed. I agree with you. It's in order to fix something inside of them.
Yeah.
Okay. But I don't think it's to move on. I think it's to tether themselves to that other person. But that's where we're going to disagree. To me, what I've always seen is the person who cheated had generally most of the control. Or like at least they were more liked. Because even you can hear it in this voice. She doesn't give a fuck. He does.
I think you're right.
And I think that dynamic was even in the relationship. So you have this dynamic where she don't respect whatever it is, and then they're doing this kind of like closure, and you hear them even now, years later. It's like, oh, she really had you in the palm of her hand.
Yeah.
If she really tried, I could see this dude getting back with her.
Bro, how many fucking times did you do this shit?
It was just this time.
Okay, that sounded like a lie. If you need
That's
to take
a
that
lie.
line,
That's a lie.
You just have to think about it.
That's a lie.
And then okay.
It's the.
It's like she's gargling right now.
I think you know.
So you put that shit on your fucking mom's life, bro.
See, he's too emotionally invested.
Yeah.
He would 100% get back with her.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, there's been scenarios where it's gotten close, but
What the do you mean gotten close, bro? We were in a long-term relationship.
Yeah, he's like he's
No,
deeply
and he's hurt.
yeah because she's in a new relationship now. So this is I still feel like he wants to be with her. That's the energy this shit's giving. Yes, he's hurt, but the energy it's giving is y'all come back from this.
Because the thing is that when situations like that happen, like the person wants you to understand how hurt they are. They want to be like, do you understand what? And because she's acting like, hey, it is what it is. He's like, no, you don't understand how I'm hurt. You need to understand how I'm hurt.
Why?
That's how they have closure. Or you like you said, maybe they want to go back, or maybe it's still hooked up and everything and stuff.
I promise you, she said, you know what, I hurt you, and I'm sorry for that. It would never be enough.
No, oftentimes it is never ugh. Often, you're right.
This does not sound like someone who's like,
agree.
if you understood my pain, I'd be. No, it doesn't. This is somebody who wants them to care. I agree with the thing that you're saying, which is what's on the surface. And we also agree that it's not going to work. I think we agree on those two things, correct?
Agree with that.
I'm really just talking about what it is that they're actually aiming to do, whether they're conscious of it or not. He doesn't even know his intention. He's just doing things.
We agree.
Okay.
Yeah. We say that.
Yeah.
He's just trying shit. He's just, feel something.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
He's doing everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have nothing to say. I mean, I fucked up.
But you're like acting like you don't care. It's not like you're acting like it doesn't matter.
Because she doesn't.
She moved on.
That's it.
She moved on.
And, hey, young fella, I get it. It hurts. Mm-hmm. But this is going to lesson that you're going to have to learn in time. If somebody don't want you, don't sit there asking why. After the first couple times they say they don't want you, you got to just move the on. That's for everyone at home, every age group.
Don't be a backseat boy. Tell me why.
Facts.
Leave.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Whatever.
What I tell you,
it's not enough.
It's not. But hey,
we agree. On most part, we agree.
Yeah, I think you and I are not far off on this. I agree. There's a couple differences. There's cheating. There's the psychology of things involved. People are going to disagree. People are going to read into intentions, whatever they want. This video is interesting because, like you saw, the dude comes up with the story. Everyone's like, essay right away. Listen, people on TikToks, a lot of them brain dead. Men, women, this is brain dead. People hear a story, immediately they go to the one and ever fucking narrative fits her. Maybe she was, I say maybe she wasn't. There was nothing there to say she was. But the fact that people just assume like the worst a crime happened. Guys, I need you guys to just accept the fact that people go to parties and do nasty shit with a lot of consent. You heard her reason why? I just wanted to. I have seen enough people do some nasty shit in those early age house parties where I'm like, y'all saying all this is non-consensual or f***ing bugging. There's women who like trains ran on them. Surprisingly, a lot of you can't believe it, but I'm telling you. Maybe it's because of their past. Maybe it's because they didn't have a dad. I don't know what the fuck it is. But they're like, let me suck all these dicks. All these dicks.
Say that again.
The same way I can't understand why somebody would cause a car accident and blame it on the person they did, I can't understand why somebody wants a train ran on them. But people are shameless. People are everything. And I don't even care. It happens.
Well, sometimes train rides are good. You know what I mean? The scenery and shit. You got a comfortable seat. Choo choo.
Yo, the smell in that room.
It smells like butt ass.
Ugh. Ugh. Tell them where to go. Ugh. Concoction of. Y'all just gotta stop doing that shit. Ugh. And yeah, men and women, they do nasty shit out here in these streets.
Yeah.
So, and let me know if y'all agree with this. It almost feels like it's a cry for like, do you still want this? That's been my personal experience. It is very rare that your ex can give you any closure. I'm not saying it's not possible, because there's some instances where it makes sense. And most of the times when people get answers, they're unsatisfied. They thought it would feel better, they don't. So it's an interesting thing to want that and to seek that out. You know, I've just seen so many couples on and off, get back together, break up, years apart, get back together, and they're always in the back of your mind. I'm like, I just don't believe exes that reach out to each other on a consistent basis do so with like very pure intentions. Vast majority of the time, it's, can we still make this work? You're still the one I feel like got away. I see you through rose-tinted glasses. I ignore all the bad parts of the past, but I see the good parts, and it felt stronger with you than it does with the current person. Like, it's just in my experience very messy and very much like, can we?
So you wouldn't let your girl go see your ex?
There'd definitely be some questions, because that's really weird. There are circumstances that could make me think like, okay, for example, let's say they were together for a long time, had a miscarriage, it broke them apart, they stopped talking. that's something that can tether you to somebody over a child that I could understand.
Man.
I try not to be like, no, I would never. I'm like, having lived it to this age, I've heard stories where I was like, that's unconventional, but I could understand. Generally, the answer would be, I wouldn't let you. It's like, this is inappropriate, right? That would be my response to that. But there are circumstances where I'm like, I get it. Maybe a funeral. Again, so that's why I don't want to say no, but generally, no. But I'm not the type of person who's like, you can't do this. I'm like, listen, for me, I'm not comfortable with this. If you're going to still try to do this knowing I'm not comfortable, having had this conversation and you don't have a very justifiable reason for why you're doing this,
There might be a problem.
that's a big red line for me. What about you?
It depends for what.
Okay.
Again, same thing.
Okay.
Same. I don't have the power to make someone not do something. I don't have that power. You want to fucking do it? Yeah, do it. I'm gonna have the conversation about that shit.
Good.
I'm gonna be like,
The fact that she knew she was recorded, that this is probably going to end up online, she said all that shit, shout out to her. She did some foul shit.
The accountability is great.
Yeah, you don't take away what the she did.
No, but
she didn't shy away from it.
No.
She didn't throw him under the bus with the essay stuff. She's like, yo, listen, I hurt you. I fucked up.
she held it. She held it like, with her cojones, all the cojones that she was holding at that night. Yeah. Anyways,
and even though that shit was years ago, this dude's still not over it.
He's not.
You can feel that. And I'm not gonna get mad at him for it. People react to this kind of stuff very differently. But
my dude, I wish to you the best. I wish to you to have a Daniel Bedingfield year and life. You're gonna get through this. You're gonna get through this.
I think you've done like 7 songs.
I know, bro. I don't even know why.
Karaoke.
I know. Karaoke preach.